Greetings, YouTube. Just me, Olin Odinson. Gemini, welcome to your Fortnightly. So, before we begin, we're just going to do the introduction. So, this is a general reading. Whatever has led you here, there's probably something for you to take away. I do provide further guidance through the thumbnail. I do not put the thumbnail here without purpose. Through the act of just procuring the thoughts in my mind and just searching Google, it always seems to relate to the message, and the link of the photo as well. That being said, I'm going to provide guidance led through the Faeries Oracle and through all the guides and energies that be, and then at the end of the reading, I'll provide further guidance through other decks. The Gods and Titans deck, the Rider White, and perhaps the Fairy Tarot cards. Maybe, I don't know. We don't always use all the other ones. But it has been working well for the other two videos, and I'm really liking it. So let's get to it. Gemini. What message wants to come forth for the Gemini? What message wants to come forth for the Gemini? Oh, no, no. Okay, no. Let it come through for the Gemini. Okay. A whole family. A whole family. So we're going to put it like what? No way. There's no way. I'm being dramatic, guys. Let's see. Woo! Alright. So, Gemini. So, right off the bat, let's just get what I'm intuitively picking up here. You might be dealing with a Leo, a Scorpio, definitely a Leo or Scorpio. And what's this one? Leo or Scorpio. Yeah, that's just what wants to come through right now. But specifically, interesting. So because we are mentioning Leo and Scorpio, though, this feels related to Aries, but there is this sense of self that you're embodying now that has never been this exuberant, is what I'm feeling. It's very lively, something that came out from the depths, which seems to be not surprising at all, specifically coming out of this Scorpio full moon. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and there's just the deep subconscious realm, the land of the unseen. The unseen essentially has become seen, and it's like Gemini's would be the first to pick that up, because you guys are the twins, right? You have lots of connections to both polarities, like the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. You have connections to lots of information, and it seems that whatever surfaced out of the Scorpio full moon for the Geminis, specifically, it feels like you were the first to pick up something, whatever that. Well, usually you're the first to pick up the energies, right? But how I'm feeling it here, it's like you were the first to pick up what specifically? The call of humanity is what I'm hearing. Interesting. So many of you here might be healers, or you're just recently embarking on the spiritual awakening process, the journey, or some of you are just in a situation that, yeah, some of you are just in a situation that really wants to assist. I'm just getting this vibe. You guys are really wanting to assist the collective. Many of you might be intuitives or psychics as well, but there is this feeling of something that returned. I love that was accidentally held here, but there's this light gleaming through right next to Solus and the Piper. Something peered through the crevice of your soul. Something peered through the crevice of your soul and has awakened a song that you are very proud to voice, is what I'm hearing. You're very proud to sing a song whatever that song is, and when I say song, not it doesn't have to be music. Some of you very well might be musicians. Some of you might be musicians. Um or just wanting a very or just very connected to your creative side at least. I'm getting you're very creative to your creative side. Something has awoken inside of you. It's crazy because right next to that we have the Dark Lady, which is excuse me, my Persephone card. She lives with Pluto. This is the Scorpio energy. I don't know why Scorpio is coming a lot. Obviously, we just came out of the full moon though, so I'm not surprised. But there is this. You've something has risen from within, and you're just singing your song loud and proud. For others, it just feels like you're ready. You're ready to heal people. You're ready to heal the world, or something is happening to you right now. At least a situation that is healing the S out of your soul. Something is healing the S out of your soul. Something has just taken you out of your mind. Something. Okay, so I'm also getting it like this. So the energies that were felt like many of you were stuck in your mind about how something should unfold, is what I'm hearing. How something should unfold or how something should feel. For others specifically, this is one to do with your purpose. Some of you were wondering a lot about your purpose, or just a lot about who you are. But that's very broad. It's this is such an ambivalent energy. It's pretty much something that has risen up within you, has brought the realization that you are to do this thing. You are to do this healing journey, or just something has awoken inside of you that is bringing you to this place of just good vibes. I don't know. It's really hard to pinpoint this energy, but let's just set that aside for now and go to the next of the cards. But pretty much though, Gemini, it's whatever this energy is. It's your soul has come alive through a truth, something that had the unseen has unveiled itself right over here, right over here. You did not know what was behind this mask. Thank you. Something revealed itself, and that whatever that something is, it it was like you weren't aware of whatever this was. For some of you, whatever it's ambivalent, whatever this was, you weren't aware of what it was up until this moment. You discovered something about someone or a situation or a career that you just didn't see it in this lens before. So you're looking at something in a new lens. Right next to Sylvanus, we have the ecstasis, which is so interesting, and I love this about you guys because you guys are very, very open. Like the Geminis I've met, you guys are very, very, very one of the most open-minded signs. And whatever this was, if it were any other person, it would have, whatever the situation is, it would have like, you would have resorted to judgment, but not at all. You skipped that immediately. Whatever this was, it's like you skipped judgment and you went straight to wanting to assist. You went straight to healing, the healing energy, because Sylvanus right next to ecstasis, the song of ecstasis is incorporating everything and understanding that everything is a part of the one, of the universe, of unity. And whatever unveiled itself out of the shadows, whatever came, and a song that played, someone else's song, it's almost like, thank you, that's clear. So somebody that you're close with, or a situation, at least this is the message, because this feels like outside of you. It's like they're singing a new song, they're expressing a new form of themselves, or at least you're expressing a new form of yourself that you didn't know. You didn't expect yourself to express yourself in this way, and you just mm, mm, you weren't expecting yourself to receive new this new energy, this new revelation. I'm hearing it because it's coming in two different ways. It's someone else in your life. They're singing a new song, a new personality trait, pretty much, is coming from you or someone else, and something that was forgotten in the past, something that was forgotten in the past that was a part of yourself, essentially, that you neglected or just you didn't think was relevant to your journey, but essentially you just incorporate it. You incorporate it, you invite it, you're like, yes, come in, come in. It's like someone knocks on the door, you don't know who they are, you're like, come in, my home is your home. Is what I'm getting right over here. And then right after that we have Iris of the Rainbow. And this is a message, like a storm is happening and hope is sent through. Hope is sent through. Interesting. And right next to that we have the Lady of the Harvest, which is interesting because what I get with the Lady of the Harvest is the planet between Mars and Jupiter, which is Ceres, and there's some associations with her as being the goddess of the seasons, the daughter of the harvests, and over here we have the planets between Mars and Jupiter, which is Mars is ruled by, well, rules over Aries and Scorpio, right? And Jupiter rules over Sagittarius and Pisces. So there is those signs. I'm just putting those out there in case you're dealing with any of that. But specifically, your capacity has grown. Your capacity has grown, and you've invited a lot of energies into your life. That being said, okay, the message is transforming here. Woo! So this new personality trait that you have invited, it seems to be coming with a lot of, not dirt, but it seems to be coming, it's like an emotion of the past, or specifically in a truth. So this, okay, specifically this new personality trait. So we're just gonna go back to all of these other things. So this awakening, essentially, of a new soul song within someone else or yourself has been unveiled through the unseen and risen out of hell, out of the grip of Hades. Persephone is flying free. And it's interesting, I mentioned Ceres because her associations with the lady, the daughter of the harvest, and Demeter's daughter is Persephone. I believe, if my memory serves me well. And then we just have Persephone here going through this ascension process. Oh, the message just came out. Cool. Here we go. Solidified. And now the truth has unveiled that Persephone was just around a lot of darkness. So there is a clearing that's happening. There is a clearing that's happening. Whatever unsurfaced through the Scorpio full moon came alongside of both miracles and disasters. That's usually how it happens. Before a hurricane, after a hurricane, there's a rainbow, right? So there's that in the midst of all that rut, of all that darkness, that hope was sent through to say Persephone. It's like Demeter series said, you're going to get out of this, you're going to come into this, you're going to survive, and then out of this you're seeing the beauty in this low vibration energy, because the Glanconer is one of how I'm receiving this over here. It's a very selfish energy, but more specifically it takes on the world thinking that no one else is up for the job type of vibe, right? But how it's coming here, it's like there's a good side to this, because if balanced, this can become a very powerful energy to serve you rather than letting it control you. It's just essentially when your emotions control you. And now what's happening here, it's your capacity has grown of intaking darkness, and because of whatever you're going through right now, there seems to be this death process, this transformation. um the Scorpio energy of the Scorpio full moon. I'm just gonna keep mentioning it because it's still lingering, but this is what's happening. This is the aftermath now, right? So you're completely, pretty much, your heart space. The Song of Hades lured you into new places, and you learned some beautiful new things, but alongside those beautiful new things, you invited unwanted forces. But because of that, you're wanting to heal them. So it's like you help these dark forces ascend. Maybe this is someone you're dealing with. You're helping others around you ascend. You're just healing others, but there is this warning of not to martyr yourself, and there's that learning process of balancing both, and just, yeah, just balancing both. So before we go on to the other cards, essentially Gemini, your heart capacity has broadened more, and you're just culminating more love, more energies, and creating more space for manifestation. And because of that, tremendous amounts of healing. This couldn't be more. So much healing is happening in your life right now. It's not just happening to you, it's happening to everything around you. You're receiving upgrades, essentially, and you've achieved the impossible. Pretty much, this is like the surgical procedure that no doctors want to approach because they don't want to ruin their reputation, right? This is um let's say the head of the head of brain neuroscience. The surgeon pretty much was like, no, I don't want that. I don't want to fix that tumor because I don't want my reputation to be ruined. And but you're over here, you're like, come on, like, aren't we supposed to be healers? That type of vibe. And then you take it on, and during the process, you get doubtful. You're like, man, I shouldn't have taken this on. But then you achieve the impossible, and you essentially you pull Persephone from the grip of Hades, and you were the only one to do it. And then you achieve the impossible. You caught all the balls before they fell. You used every second before the brain tumor exploded, and you're becoming this masterful healer. Oh, and now I'm getting a bleed through of a rereading I did last fortnight or 2 fortnights ago of the Geminis are just receiving a lot of master, like ascended master type of energies upgrade, and that's what I'm getting, and that's what I said. So you might want to check that message from 2 fortnights ago. That might be for you. That being said, let's get on with the Gods and Titans deck. Let's see what other guidance can we get. Oof. I did not expect the Gemini readings to be that intense, man. Goodness. That was amazing. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we can get. What guidance from the Gods and Titans. The God. Oh, two. Ooh, boy. Look at that. This is emphasizing the message here. We have Mai, I hope I'm saying that right, and Discovery. Yep, Discovery. You're going through the ancient ruins. You're going through you went through the depths, the Geminis here are a little like kind of curious about what to how far they can take their spiritual gifts, pretty much kind of experimenting, like, let's see with just how much I can heal is pretty much the energy of this. And you can see the artwork is so cool because it's like he's going through the I'm hearing the mists of Avalon. These readings get so cool sometimes. Excuse me. I love fantasy, so but it's going through the mists of Avalon and seeing just what does that even mean though? I don't even know much about that, but that's just what came through. It's you're going through the ancient ruins and you're discovering the lands of Albion. You're discovering things nobody has ever discovered before. You're pretty much accessing the knowledge of the gods. If we're being honest here, the Geminis, Jesus, Geminis, we're going far with you. You're accessing the energies of the ascended masters, and you guys have two here. And then right next to that, we have wisdom. Like, there we go. You're accessing wisdom. You're accessing all things. This is your card, by the way, because Thoth is it has associations with Hermes and Mercury. And Mercury, you're ruled by Mercury. Gemini and wait, let me check over here. Yes, Gemini and Virgo, you're ruled by Mercury. And actually today is Odin's day, which is Mercury's day. And yeah, this is a lot. This is why I think this is why the Gemini reading is really powerful. I think in the future we might work with the energies of each day, but Gemini energy right now, you have pretty much the two ravens. So another association. Hermes' staff, right? He has the two snakes, the Kundalini. Odin, he has the two ravens or the two wolves, Fenrir and Gedi. And there's a lot of this polaric vibe. You're just accessing both dark and light and gray witching, pretty much. You're accessing the gray energies and using oof using the knowledge for the best. Oh, I like that. I like that. You see this? He's you see this? He's putting his spear right into the pool of wisdom, and Thoth in return is accessing all the knowledge and that he's gained. And there's just this vibe going back and forth, back and forth. And there's actually some interesting detail about Thoth. I want to pull it up. I want to pull it up. I want to pull it up because I did some research the other day, and um, Thoth gambled with the moon, and there was only 360 days in a year, but he gambled for the extra 5 days and gave birth to Osiris, Set, Isis, and Nephthys. So it's like you're just pretty much. There was only 360 days in a year. This was a reflecting to the reading. This was an impossible case to heal someone, to resurrect someone. This was an impossible surgery, but somehow you've you're accessing wisdom or knowledge to upgrade your spiritual abilities, and you've birthed, and then Thoth birthed 5 extra days. He gambled with the moon for yeah, he just gambled with the moon, got those birth extra 5 days, and then bada bing, bada boom. Gemini, you're doing it. Gemini, you're doing it. Jesus, Gemini. Let's see what else we can get here. Your reading's long, but I'm loving this reading, so we're just gonna let it happen. We're just gonna see what else wants to come through. Another one. We just talked about the moon. We just talked about the Scorpio full moon and the 360 days, and then Thoth gambled with the moon, and he gained those extra. You're going deep into the subconscious realms, and you are unsurfacing things. You're going places people are scared to go, pretty much, because you have the balls to do it, and you're receiving spiritual upgrades because of that. And you're going to new places. You see, this is moving away from this disturbance, moving away from cloudiness, moving away from just, it's like that. Look, here we go. The darkness. It's like you're on this boat. You're like, all right, I'm gonna go to these muddy waters because I know I'm gonna gain something out of it, and then you leave when you want to. It's like you access the darkness when you want to, and then you leave back into the light when you want to. Wow, and then we're gonna pull a fairy deck because I don't want this. I kind of don't want this reading to end. This is really fun. This is really fun. Here we go. 3 of Summer. And we're moving into summer, but we have news worth celebrating. Announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births, and friends you cherish. You're just, because of whatever you're going through right now, this new way of life, the spiritual upgrade, your gifts are receiving upgrades. A lot of that. You might want to watch Aries too, because that seems to be the vibe with Aries, but it's a different vibe with them. For you, Gemini, it feels very, very spiritual. It's intense. I feel it. And we're moving into Gemini season. I think it's Gemini season. Forgive me. Probably is. If it is, happy birthday to the Geminis. If not, then excuse me. Excuse me. Forgive me. All right. We're still learning the astrology stuff. Yeah, I'm not an astrologer. By the way, guys, we're just incorporating it more into our readings if you haven't noticed. That being said, yes, we're just gonna end it off with the news worth celebrating. You know that in the darkest of times, you know that you're going to receive something well out of it. It's not something beyond expectation. So that trust, because you trust it that much, you're like, you get even a little wilder with it. Other people understand that, and I'm like, okay, so we're gonna stop. But you, for some reason, you were like, no, let's dive a little deeper. And then you dived a little deeper, got a little darker. But because of that, you took on the biggest project or whatever. You took on the brain tumor that no surgeons wanted to heal, and essentially you're coming out just ascended out of that. Alright, I don't think we can juice that anymore. I think we can, but we should end it off here. We're 27 minutes into the video, Gemini. So if this resonated, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, press the belly bell to notify you when I do more, and seek the social media, specifically the Instagram, because I do daily messages through the fairies' Monday through Friday. I stopped doing it on the weekends, and yeah. Until the next fortnight, Gemini, I say to you, farewell.